Jean. I'm Jean. I'm Jean. Hello. And I'm glad you're here. We're talking about something that I think we all want to know more about. Living the good life. Good life. You're like, what even is that? Like, what's the good life? Okay, just here's what I need you to know. You can do a lot right now, even as middle schoolers, to help set yourselves on a path to living your best life. Now, some of you are listening to me right now and thinking, I have to do something to live this good life? I already have a lot of things to do, like school, sports, following the rules at home. I don't have any more time or energy left to do anything that requires hard work. Ugh. And trust me, I totally get it. I mean, one time in 7th grade, when I was in the orchestra, I played the violin. That's not what it sounds like. It's more like. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. Anyways, I would always try and compete and try and get first chair playing the violin. And what first chair is basically, that just means like you're the best. You're the best out of everyone else who plays violin. You got to sit in this first chair and kind of lead everyone in the orchestra, right? I could never make that spot. I always was the second chair. I sat next to the person who was first chair. His name was Edward. And he was just so good at violin. And I would have to work so hard every day to just be as good as he is. And we've all been there, right? It's just so hard. I mean, I think all of us know what it's like to work hard towards something. And honestly, I don't think any of us would say that feels like the good life. Oh, like mowing the lawn. Yay, so fun. When we think about living the good life, we picture ourselves at the end of all that hard work, just kicking back and enjoying the payoff of reaching all of those goals. Maybe you're the type of person who talks about your goals openly, or maybe you're too scared to even write them down in a journal because someone might see them. Dear journal, are you? Regardless, the reality is this. We all have dreams about what's next. We all have goals that we want to achieve to help us live the good life. But when we picture them, we just picture the finish line. We tend to forget that in order to get there, we actually have to do the hard work. But let's be real. Hard work isn't really anybody's idea of a good time. It's not something most of us would probably even say we enjoy. And a lot of the time, we do just about anything to avoid it, because we all have things that stop us from working hard. For some of us, working hard means people will find out we actually care about something. And sometimes it's cooler to look like you don't care, isn't it? Yeah, whatever. I don't care about that. For others of us, hard work means putting in effort, but not ending up getting the results we want. And that means disappointment. And nobody wants to experience that. So maybe you're thinking it's better not to just try at all. Or sometimes all that hard work feels hopeless. We're putting in so much time and effort towards something, and we just can't see the end result yet. And when the results don't come as quickly as we'd hoped, we start to feel as if they'll never come at all. Or maybe for you, it's not that you're trying to avoid hard work. It's just that something better came along to distract you from it. Ooh, yeah, like that. I know you know what that's like. Like you wanted to remember to finish your chores, but then that new show on Netflix came out, and then before you know it, it's like, are you still watching? And you're like, yes, of course I am. Or you had every intention of starting that project early instead of the night before it was due. Wait, you mean my project's due the next day? I haven't gotten started on it at all. But then your friends wanted to hang out every day after school. And you're like, nah, I'm gonna pass on working on that project. I can work on it later. You plan to get in those extra practices before tryouts. And then it was summer, and that meant it was time to relax. Again, relax. Hey, I get it. When it comes to hard work, I feel all that and more. I plan to work hard for the things that are really important to me. Sometimes I even start doing it, but then I just don't. And what happens? Well, I'm frustrated by the results. I find myself thinking, well, I was going to do that, But, I mean, can we just stop here and imagine what the world would be like if everyone lived with this "I was going to" approach to hard work and responsibility? If the people you depend on began opting out of their responsibilities because they found